All right, guys. So thanks for coming on here. I'm excited about this. I have to tell you guys, I have to tell you guys this, but also thank you guys for this because doing this whole VP training on host coaching as well as bookings um, really is something that I need to work on. This is my year of putting systems together. For those of you that don't know, I've been around for 19 years and systems have never been one of my strong points. But finding and listening to a lot of people around that I know that I need to work on mine, and we'll talk a little bit about what we're hoping to get from this. But this has really made me put it down and put it together and get it into action. So we're all going to sort of be tweaking this and playing with this as we go. It's also I want to sort of say that this whole system that I'm going to share with you tonight is very alive. So it's moving and changing, and we know that with Facebook, right? We always have to keep things moving and changing because they're always moving and changing things with us. So I want to tell you that people on this call like me and Carol and Terry, who have been around for years, that when we started Pampered Chef, virtual parties were not a thing, right, Carol? And for some of us, it's been a little bit hard to even make them a thing. And I also know that we've got quite a few people even on this call that are 100% virtual, but that's all they're doing. And we do have those consultants on our team. We have those consultants in our organization, in the company, that are skyrocketing with their business. So this is definitely, we know that VPs can make a really big difference in our business. So whether we're just doing cooking shows, we need to have this virtual aspect in there. And those of you that are doing virtuals, I know you're on here because maybe you need a little bit of extra help. Maybe you're newer with virtuals, but what we really want to focus on tonight, and I think that that the purpose really is that in the past, I have gotten virtuals going and maybe had a burst of booking with virtuals, and then the continued business from them can be a little bit dismal. One of our key words we've been working with our organization lately is no more binge booking, right? No more binge booking. We don't want to do this where no more binge booking. We just did this. I know a bunch of us on one of the trainings put out a post or where we were able to get a good bulk of numbers. I, for example, have 9 virtual parties starting this weekend. Yeah, which is really good. But I don't want, for the first time ever, I'm looking at this and saying, I don't want just those sales at the end of the month. I want those 9 virtual parties into 18 new virtual parties. Keep that lead going. So that's really the purpose of that, just to sort of give you some background here. So this is me on the line. My really big vision for our organization, I need to make my VPs the best they can be. So that's what I want to share with you. So here's what I've done to do this. I'm not making any of this up. Okay, this is not just from Anna's head, so I don't want any kudos for this. What I have done is what I encourage every one of you to do is to continue growing by finding the resources that Pampered Chef gives us and what other consultants in this organization, this company, give us, because there are phenomenal people around us that have an amazing business. And so I've done some research. I've listened to I know some of you listened to that I want to call him Stephen Joseph. His last name is not Joseph, but that executive director that just promoted. I know that Grabowski. I'm lip syncing with Terry, but I know we posted it, and some of you, have anybody watched his? I know some of you did, but Drapowski, thank you. That there was Brady, that I know that I posted him, and I can post him as well again, and you guys can actually listen to what he does. But he's 100% virtual, and literally in a year, skyrocketed his business. And he will show you, and I have a document that shows what kind of an increase from the beginning of the year to the end of the year he was making just on virtual. Pretty sure he has a full-time job too, but that's what he was doing. Also, I just listened to a great call that I will post if you haven't listened to, from Cami Cruz. Did anybody listen to her call? All right. So these are the kind of things I'm just recommending that you. I love Cami. She's a friend of mine too, but she's an advanced director down in Louisiana. And here's what this is kind of stuff. When I hear these people do this, I want to know exactly what they're doing, right? We want to know what they're doing and how we can work this. Cami last year, she earned 449,000 points towards the Hawaii trip. That's 3 times what you need to earn to get the elite trip. Cami earned that. Now, I also know Cami has like 3 little kids under 10, plus had 2 twin babies. She has a husband who started his own business from the ground up, so there was no income coming in. Plus, they were building their dream home. She needed to make an income. So with her virtuals, of course, she can't be out all the time with all these 55,000 kids and babies and stuff. So she had to do and really bulk up her virtual business. She's now selling 25,000 to 30,000 a month. With all these little kids, she's selling that much a month doing virtual parties. I want to know what she's doing. She's doing these sales, right? With very limited time. So this is the kind of stuff we have available to us, and I will post these for you. And what I've done again is taken all of the stuff and just sort of put it together into one system for me, which I will give to you, which you can tweak and work on. And I'm going to use it this week with my 9. And I'm going to see what works and what doesn't, and maybe play around with it a little bit. But I definitely would recommend taking some time and doing some of this research as well, because that's what we want, right, Megan Trendy? No more binge booking. We want to make sure that these are going and working and going through. So here is let's talk about booking, and then I'm gonna share some stuff, and then I will share my screens, and I'm going to show you guys some of this. All of this I will give you. Again, I'm not saying it's in stone. You are absolutely 100% welcome to take it and use it word for word. I'm fine with that. But this is just sort of what, if we think about our parties, there are going to be a few facets of the party that is really going to affect the booking, the recruiting, and the sales, right? We need all 3 of those to build a business. You can schlep stuff around and sell it all you want, but you are not going to have a continued business just by selling products. You've got to have all of those different things in there. You cannot just, in a Facebook party, you cannot just post things and expect people to buy them and for that to be a successful party. It's not going to happen. It's just like, how many times has anybody ever just called you up, Carol Murphy, and said, Carol, I want to book a party. Now, after as many years as we've been around, it happens once in a while, but it's very few and far between. You've got to go out there and look, and it's the same thing with the virtual. You've got to work these virtual. These virtual parties are not something we can just sit back and let Sinclair post stuff for us. You've got to work it and be involved, just like we need our host to be involved too. So here is the system, part of the things that I've come up with my host coaching. Of course, that's the most important thing. If we get our host, we know that the odds of the party being really successful, if we can get our host involved, is going to be huge. So here's a few things. I'm going to tell you right now, and you are welcome to use. I took a good compromise of when we talk about how to set up parties, like how long my party is. You know, we've got people, and we were doing for a while 7 to 10 days, 14 days. A lot of research in, and we used to think that there was a lot of merit to keeping it over like 2 paydays and stuff like that. I did like serious research across the country on this, and they're saying the shorter the party, the better, and that really it doesn't have any impact how many paydays it runs over. Like, customers are saying that. So you may think in your head that that's it, but it's really not a thing, okay? That's a belief kind of system. And I know some people are doing the 1-hour shows or the 1-day shows and stuff like that. Well, I need a good compromise. So here's what I do, and it seems to be working well. So I run, my actual party is 3 days, Monday through Friday. Monday through Wednesday. That's more than 3. Monday through Wednesday, 3-day party. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are my party posts. Saturday and Sunday are my pre-posts. And Thursday is my post. my post-day party, right? My wrap-up party is that Thursday, okay? But the actual party is running for those 3 days. So those dates are good for you to know because that's going to coincide with this whole system. So if you don't have a good system going, take my system and do those days. I would love if our whole team were on those days because then we would know Thursdays shows are wrapping up. Mondays we're starting shows. I mean, it would be really good for me as a leader to coach you guys if you were on those days as well. So my host coaching plan, of course, I'm messaging my host 1 to 2 times a day, and you'll see what those actually messages are. But it's a 1 to 2 times a day, usually in the morning and in the evening, or just in the morning is how I'm doing that. What I'm gonna do, I do send out, I'll show you what I send them in my in their host packet, but I have a list in there, a checklist that that will incentivize them to do those steps that I'm giving them. So I'm going to incentivize them to actually do every one thing that I do, okay? Here's just back up for this for a minute. So you'll see what I said, but I just literally 5 minutes before, because today is the day that I'm doing my first message to them. I have a girl that's doing one of the shows, and she goes, Anna, I want to set up an event, but I don't know this, that, or the other thing. So nowhere in my message does it say anything about having an event, okay? Like I set it up in group, I set it up, she doesn't, like I literally just had this conversation with her. It was just amazing. It was like, read the message that I sent you and it'll tell you exactly what to do. You don't need to do any of that. But she was worried about, you'll see as we get to the message, I'll tell you what she was worried about, but I told her just to relax. There's also a video that I send to my host too, that I made on my phone, and then I downloaded it to YouTube, and then I send that to them as well. That's in there as well. I can show it to you, so you can do the same thing. Don't send mine, but you could do your own same kind of thing. But again, that's all part of this building the relationship and stuff as well. One of the things that I add in there, and this again came from Cammie's, you're gonna listen to any of these trainings and be like, oh my gosh, Anna totally like stole that from her, because I did. I'm telling you, I didn't make this stuff up. I just compiled it together. But what she did is she gives them the example of that you have host A and you have host B. And host A, maybe got really busy this week and didn't do, didn't go into the party and play the games and interact with her guests and do this and that. And so host A didn't have any free stuff. Host B, though, followed all of the instructions, posted in there, took 5 to 10 minutes a day just to go in and do the instructions and do that. And for that, she got $315 worth of free stuff. So we want you to be host B. So really gave them that kind of, painted that picture for them. That was part of something that's in there. And again, you'll be able to see that. So do you guys want to see my host coaching system? Okay. I was hoping so, because I worked really hard on it today. Really hard. Like you guys forced me to do it now so that I could share it with you. Okay. Everybody see the screen? Okay, so this is Evernote. Any of you can open Evernote whether you have it or not. How do I get rid of this screen? Like, how can I move it? What does this do? Oh, there, that's what that does. There, so we can see it now. So here's what I have, and I will post this Evernote. Whether you have Evernote or not, you can open this. It's just a really good way to be able to have this work. So this is what I put in my packet. So in my host packet, I send them 2 catalogs. I have this sticker that I'll give you, the thing that I print off. Oh, now see, I don't know if this is going to be, I don't know if I click this, if you guys can see. Can you see my word coming up? Or no? You can? Okay, let's see if you can see what comes up. Can you see this, my sticker? No? Okay, let's do this then. Let's do this. I'm gonna show you my sticker. Now, can you see the sticker? Can you see it? Yeah? So this sticker, this is on one of those that have those 6 different things on it. So, and I've been using this sticker. I started using this for my cooking shows too, and we could talk about what I put in my cooking show to get them. But I just tell it, so I want them to open it. I just wanted it something fun. I just tell them there's special in there. You better get in there to do that. And I'll tell you what that special thing is. But so I just put the sticker on the thing. So nothing too exciting. But you guys will have that too. This is my, I'm going to show you my host, my freebie thing that I came up with. And again, this can be tweaked and stuff too, but this is the awesomeness is in there. So I told them my fabulous virtual host freebie, you'll be receiving instructions each day to have the best party complete all of these daily instructions that I message you and earn a free quick cut paring knife. I love doing paring knives as free things because it helps an organization too, right? It's still our Roundup product. So here's what I do is I would give them a little checklist. These are all going to be all of the different things that I tell them to do. And if they check that and do, this is going to help me get them to actually do it for the end of the week, right? Good? Yes, Disney lettering. I have that. Yeah. I don't know how I have that, but I have that. All right. Okay, so let's go back to the thing, the host coaching. Okay, so I put in there, so again, catalogs, that sticker goes on there, some outside order forms, the host special, that virtual checklist, that's in there, an opportunity brochure, and the kit coupon, right? Everybody know where the kit coupon is? Everybody know what the kit coupon is? Casey, you may not because this is brand new. So again, it's a coupon that is on, you can download, Corey, maybe you can help her and show her where that is. But that is going to be yeah, good. That's what it looks like. But what it pretty much says is that you can use $50 or $25 of their free product towards one of the kits. So it's just really great, yeah, a really great piece to put in all of your hosts. We want all of our hosts to see that they get that coupon. Okay, so these parties that are starting on, I'm setting up Friday. They're starting next Monday. Okay, so today I messaged them in their party or from the Pampered Chef website, right? Has anybody ever used that email host? There's an email host thing in there. So it's just a great way then for them to get an email, but it goes right from their website. So if you go in under, if you're in edit, like the page, one of those little tabs at the top says email host. And so this is what I do. I change it and I say, thank you for hosting. And then this is what is in the body of it. And I send this to them because this is going to give her step-by-step on how to set up her dashboard so she can go in and see her orders and stuff like that. Okay, again, if anybody's any questions as we go through, keep notes because we'll go back and we'll talk about them, okay? So that's what happened today. And then this is what I messaged each one of my hosts. I sent them my little YouTube video. And then this is what I said. Oh, I'm so excited to have you as one of my virtual party hosts, and I changed it to February. I think it's going to be really fun. We'll help you get lots of free. So here's the deal. I am setting up and adding you to your party called on Friday. This is what that lady did not read. What you need to do. These are the two things that I want her to do. Take the next few days. We're going to find your family and friends who want to be part of the party. First, post on your Facebook timeline. This is what they're going to post on their Facebook timeline, and because to see if they add me. I've got one girl, I'm trying them all of a sudden, like, we need to talk about the business, because I'm pretty sure she has like 25 people since she posted it this afternoon that have said add me, that want to be in. The second thing I wanted to do is message this little message to 40 of her friends and family who love Pampered Chef, have to cook, those who eat, those who hate to cook, and message them that. Because we know that the best way for anybody to see the notifications in groups is if they asked to be joined, right? I don't want my host just adding people in there. I don't. It's just like events. You know, if you set up a Facebook event, people, you'll go through, there'll be like 3/4 of the people never even see the invite. So I don't want, I'm going to show you what's going to happen in the end, but I want them to have a list of people that want to be in this party, and that's who we're going to work with. Okay? This lady I just talked to said, I'm going to look like a jerk. Well, she said another word that I'm not going to say because Mackenzie's on here, but she said, I'm going to look like an because nobody's going to want to get in. And I go, listen, if nobody says add me, nobody's going to know whether we have the party or not. You're not going to look like anything, so it doesn't even matter. You just relax. So that's what I literally told her right before we got on the call. So this is what I wanted to do. We got to go out and find those people. Okay? that's what I message her, okay? And then so Thursday morning, tomorrow, I'm going to message each of these people. How are you doing? I want to give you a little goal because I want you to have an amazing party. We want a goal for 20 people to be added to this party. Again, these are 20 people that are asking to be added and that are going to be asked to join. Okay, so they're doing some work to get in there. They're going to want to be there. And I said, maybe even tell them you can only add 20 people because then they're going to get in on it. So this is where, I'm just going to sort of keep, again, just sort of tapping in with her a little bit. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to message to each one of them as well. I'm so excited to get your Pampered show started tomorrow, and I want to make sure I offer you an incredible opportunity experience. Have you ever thought about, I can't even read this all the way. Have you ever thought about having your own side gig? This could be it. We can make your show, your launch party, where you make both the commission and the host award. What do you think? So right from the beginning, I'm asking every one of my hosts who have just done all kinds of amazing work to get people going, whether they're interested in the business, because this would be enough time that I could turn it around and make it their launch party. Okay? And then Friday morning, I'm going to set up their parties in Facebook, and this is what I'm going to message them. Our party has been set up. I'm going to give them the Facebook link. And I'll say this is the best way for us to get them added. And this should probably say, I'm going to tell them, this is the best way for us to get your friends added. I want you to personally message each of your guests with this verbiage. So now they're going to message each of those people that they have lined up that have said, add me, add me. So excited to get the party. Please go to the thing and join ASAP so you don't miss a thing. So everybody that has said, add me, has to go to the party and click join. This way they are going to see the notifications. This is going to be the best way that they're actually going to see them. So I tell them, please let me know when you've sent these messages so I can get busy approving them into the group, because and if they request, it's going to come up as asking for an approval. Okay? Everybody good so far? All right, so that's where we're going with that. So we've got all of those Friday morning. Saturday morning, I'm starting my pre-party stuff. And good morning. So I have them post a welcome from themselves. So they go through and copy and paste this. And they said, I decided to host my party because, and there's these ... So there's in why they wanted to. Sunday morning, I have them do this, because again, if you look at what my sort of template is, that I do put a video on there to them, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But I put on Saturday, I'll put a welcome video on, and what I want them to do is go into that welcome video and tag their people, to make sure that all their people see that. That's what I'm sort of asking them to do. And so quick, this is when I give them their actual link to their party. So that's the one thing that you've got people going. We've got a Facebook link, but then this is when I'm giving them their actual ordering link too. So I have them message each one of the people that are coming and saying, if they would like to order, here's what the link is. And then I always put this in as well. And again, you're going to want to make sure that, yes, they do have people getting excited to say, and OMG, your friends seem really excited. It looks like they love Pampered Chef. Are you sure you don't want to give it a try? We talk about recruiting, we talk about bookings and all that all the time, that we want to make sure that we ask them numerous times. We're not just asking one and expecting that that's going to be no. How many of you, when you started your business, were asked more than once to start Pampered Chef? Anybody? Everybody else was just asked once? No, Bobby can tell you she was asked 45 times first.
Nobody asked me. It was my decision.
Oh, that, you know what? It was mine too. I know, nobody asked me either.
Right, Megan?
Megan never asked Tori. Tori just said, "Let me do it."
And I joined too. I messaged Jen, and I joined that way.
So, well, Bobby can tell you that she was asked a lot of times before she decided to start. I know, I can see Bobby.
So was Patty.
Yeah. Okay, so we're making sure we're asking them again. Sunday night, so again, the party's starting tomorrow. One of the things that I found is that if they are adding people, and this is really like for those kind of things, if they're adding people, I can't see that it shows up, and some of you might get a look at this on Facebook. If you're on the desktop, it doesn't show up. If you're in a mobile app, that there is this part that they go, if they click here on the members, there's a thing over here that says invited, and there's a list of people that if they were invited but they had not clicked join, they're all in here. So again, I want them to know these people are not they're not looking at anything. They're not going to get the notifications. They're not doing, so you got to make sure that you go in. So that's really what that Sunday night message is, but it really just depends on where you go from there of how you're working with your host. I think you'll probably see and listen, and I'm thinking about it, Cami Cruz will do something that not only will she have them doing all that inviting and getting them and adding them, you know, like getting them to join themselves, but I think she does have them add certain people too, a certain number, and I'm not ready to go there yet, but yes, Tori.
So what I was just saying in the message thing is that, so I always invite my husband first so that I can steal the pictures from him and stuff.
Yes.
And he gets notifications even if he doesn't join.
Oh, he does.
Yes, but he doesn't get all of them, and he can't get involved.
Oh, okay.
So he would have to click join to actually be involved. And when you're on your desktop on your computer, there is a way to see you're invited as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good to know. So we just got to, I mean, it's just gets into trying to get that best practice of getting these people in, because how frustrating is it when you have a party and it's crickets because nobody's seen? I mean, we've all had that recently. So that's what we need. That's what we need to work on. All right, so Monday, hey, look how many people are getting involved. Now, today I want them to post on their regular timeline, hey, I'm hosting a Pampered Chef party, super fun. Do you want in? Here's the Facebook, so that we can maybe get some more people in. Tuesday morning, I'm going to have them post a picture of their favorite Pampered Chef product and a picture of a product that's maybe on their wish list. Okay, we do it as a live. They get, you know, a little bonus kind of thing. And again, I throw in another little teaser here about recruiting. Tuesday night, I'm getting my host involved now in the booking. Again, I'm going to talk to you about other booking kind of stuff on it, but here's where I'm really getting my host involved. So Tuesday evening, I have a challenge for you. I hope you'll accept. I always challenge my host to get bookings. When you have 3 bookings, I will add either a whipped cream maker or a snack bar maker to your order, and you will get half price item at all of their parties. Basically, I send you the language, you message the people you think would do it, and great hosts like you and might want to earn free product. Pick 5 people that you think would be great hosts, and that way we'll likely secure 3. Let me know if you're in, and I'll give you the words and a picture to send. What do you think? And I always end it on this question so that I can get them to actually respond. So when they say, okay, yes, I'll do that, here's what I tell them. Okay, great. Here's the words to send to your friends. And there's the words. And then this is my favorite picture of all. It's not Terry's favorite picture, but it is my favorite. And so this is what I want them to message all of those people. Wednesday, good morning. I hope you've been enjoying it. Here's your last day that I want them again to send a personal message to everyone that hope that they enjoyed their virtual party. Here's the link. So I want them to do that again to be getting orders in. Wednesday evening. Now, if you're on direct ship like I am, this would be the message you want. If you're on non-direct ship, this would be the message. Wow, you already have party sales of blank and have earned blank and free product. This is a pretty average for my shows. Did you know that as a consultant on my team, you would have made blank off a show like that, and you never would have left your house? What are your thoughts on flipping this party to be your launch party and you sign up as a consultant? If you're thinking you might at all be interested, why should I make the commission when you could be? And then this one just sort of flips it around that you could take the bookings kind of thing, the same kind of thing, and using that kit credit. But this, again, we want to keep putting in this this recruiting kind of thing. Thursday morning, again, this was my last day that I'm posting, you know, and it's sort of really a wrap-up day. So excited about how your party went. You still have some orders coming in. We are $393 right now. You're only $7 away from getting more free product. And I want to make sure, again, she's in on the host dashboard. And then Friday morning, last dig for recruiting. It's time for her to start shopping. Don't forget about the Kit credit when you're shopping. I know you probably didn't think you'd be shopping for your own business by the end of this, but as you saw, it's super easy. Give it a shot. If it doesn't work from you, you get to keep all of those goodies plus your income. Okay, so that's my script. That's what I'm doing, and that's where I'm sort of going. You guys are welcome to use this. It just sort of, again, I do, and yes, you can, Carol. I'll have it all there. I'll have it all there for that. No, Terry, for something else. I'll show you that later. Okay, so that is, I will give you this. I will give you that script, and it'll have the links for all that stuff so you can use it and doctor it and play with it and do whatever. Like I said, it's a living, breathing kind of thing, so it's sort of all moving around. Let's talk about party time, because there are some things that I got out of the training that I think will really help during the party itself, okay? So the first thing is that there's a, some of you have heard this before, but I have that welcome video. Remember, I said that in the host coaching. I want her to tag all her people in when I put this welcome video in the party. And that welcome video I can share with you guys as well, but it sort of says, you know, thank you guys so much to, you know, for being here and whatever. It gives them sort of a little teaser about recruiting, and you know, a little teaser about my business and stuff. But then what I do is, and this is, I think, from Julie Ritter. This was an idea from her. But she actually has them at the end. She'll tell them that there's a word of the day, and that they have to personally message the word of the day to me to be in on the drawing. And I think Tammy actually does 2 other videos. Like maybe she'll do like a popcorn maker video or a pineapple core video, and she'll have one in those as well, the secret word. And then they have to personally message you with that word, because then what happens is that it opens up a direct line in Messenger with you and this guest, who regularly, remember, if you message somebody and they're not friends with you, they've got to go into that special mailbox and stuff. So this automatically, if they message you this and you respond, then you've got this direct line now. The one idea that Julie had was to use the secret word, especially in this first one, is whatever has to do with the new consultant incentive for the month. Because now I make Rock Croc my thing for the month. Now when they come back and say Rock Croc, I can go, oh my gosh, thanks so much, you're in for the drawing or whatever. Do you have a Rock Croc? What do you know about the Rock Crocs? You know, that's a special that you can get a Rock Croc for free. Like, it opens it up then that you could have that conversation with them too. So that was a little exciting thing there too. I'm also going to do a video on with the booking slide, right? I want to do a booking video, so I'm going to use my booking slide. And then I'm also going to do another close, like my strong recruiting close. I'm going to do that as a video as well that I can post later on in the party as well. Talk about some of the other ways that you can, and I can post some of this verbiage. This verbiage came from that Stephen guy too, that, you know, to have several product posts. We have different product posts that we put up. For example, there could be a video of maybe all the new products. You know, you could have a little video in there and say, which product are you most excited about? I'm just going to tell you, as it comes to parties, this is, and this is for those of you that know Ginger Pearl. She was a director on our team for a while. She did all kinds of training, and she was when she was in it and really had her head, she was rocking the virtual parties. She would make sure, and had gotten this from a training, that every post she put, she has some sort of engagement or question. Okay, so she would post a picture of, you know, a Chinese, you know, like the egg roll in a bowl recipe. Okay, and then what she would do is she'd sort of talk about it. You know, this is a great recipe for this and this. It's made in this product, whatever. How many times a week do you and your family eat out? and then she'd do A 1 time a week, B 2 times. I mean, like really random, but like you make everything a question or some sort of interaction, a way for them to interact. Instead of just saying, here's the recipe for the egg roll in a bowl, it's really good, here's where the recipe is. You're not inviting any kind of interaction. So she would do true and false things. She would do A, B, or C, do questions, all of that kind of stuff. So here's new, not to say here's just new products, but here's new products. Which one are you most excited about? Invite them to actually engage and respond. So once they put one of those products on there, then here would be the verbiage that I would want to personally message that girl. But what I would want to do first, though, is I'm going to tag her in a comment under her reply saying, make sure, please check your message request in your inbox for a fun message from me. So I want her to know, Susie, hey, oh, that's a great one. Susie, I'm going to message you. Check your message request in your inbox for a message from me. And then I would go through and just even say, hey, Susie, kind of in her message request. And when she responds back, this is the verb. This is Stephen's verb. First of all, I want to thank you for being what I call a rock star party guest. By being so active and commenting and being super engaged, it helps spurs others to be involved too. So thank you. Also, that quick cooker that you want out of that video, how about instead of paying $280 for it, by hosting your own party, you could get it for only $140. What do you think? So anything that has to do with these products, I want to make sure I'm personally messaging her. Because remember, it doesn't matter what the 60% off special is. If they have a party, they can get them for half off. So anything they put out there, that's what we want to do. There's also those posts that say, like if you could get anything in the catalog for 50% off, what would you get, right? I think Pampered Chef has one of those, or that we can then go in and you could do those personal messages. It's that kind of engagement that you're going to really need as well. One of the other things that I don't know, I think he does this. He will look at and see if there's anybody in there that's really just interacting. Like you've got that person that interacts on everything, to do a message very similar. First of all, again, I want to thank you, tag them kind of thing. But I want to thank you for being, one of my Rockstar Party guests, because I know you have some things on your wish list. By hosting your own party, we can work together to get it for free for you. At least it'd be a half off. What do you think? So again, going in and doing a lot of that personal messaging and stuff. Of course, you're going to want to watch and make sure that you're not sending that same Rockstar message to the same person. And I was talking to Terry about this earlier, and I think especially with having 9 parties going, I think I'm going to start and I do a lot, I know virtually, like I do a lot on the computer, but I'm really thinking about starting a party notebook so that I can actually have and say, okay, Susie's party, this host, I messaged her about this. This host is interested in this. Like really keep it, because we know as we start going through these posts and all these comments, there's just going to be a lot going on. So I want to make sure that I do that, okay? And I can give you, does anybody want that verbiage, that Rockstar verbiage kind of stuff? Yeah, I'll put that on so that you guys can see that too. Here's another fun thing Tammy was talking about too, is she, as the party wraps up, so I would do this on Wednesday, that on Wednesday, I'm going to change the name of the party to 2 days left to order. Okay, so the party is no more going to be Susie's virtual Pampered Chef party. I'm going to change, because that means it changes everybody's notification. And then on the last day, on my Thursday, when it's wrapped, I'm going to say last day to order. I'm going to change the name again. So that's going to be in my kind of outline of what I've got to go in and do on that morning, is change those. That was another fun thing. And then also on Wednesday, to do this, she would post, we talked about what to be sending to our host about where they are for sales, but she will post on the party, our host is $150 away from her goal. What she'll do is she'll take wherever they are. Let's say the host is at $350. She'll say that 2 days before that she'll go 2 levels up. Right? That's what we always have done with host coaching. When you ever host coaching a cooking show and you were leaving the party, I'd always goal them at 2 levels up at least. So this is what she's doing. She's saying our host is $150 away from our goal, just as a reminder if anybody's gonna, do. And then that last day to say our host is blank away from their goal, and it'll probably be less. Does that make sense? On those last 2 days to give them so that they know that they're helping, the host to do that as well. She also tags everybody in those posts who are active but have not ordered. So she also does that in there as well. Too. And the other thing that she'll do again, which helps with bookings, is when the show closes, she'll make a public thank you on the party saying, thank you guys so much for all of your orders and making this for a great party. Get ready for this. Our host earned blank for free. And she'll put that on there as well, so they get to see that. But then again, that's a really great booking tool as well. Okay. So it's a lot, but can you see if we've got it in a system that it really can sort of roll itself? You've got that every day. I'm looking at that and going, okay, today's Thursday. It's Thursday morning. I got to message this to every one of my people. It's Thursday night. I got to get that to them. And I have come up with an outline for what it, but it's a general outline. I don't have actually what the posts are, but I have like, okay, I'm gonna, on this day, my first post is gonna be my welcome video, and then an engagement post, and then an engagement post, and this. So all these kind of different things. I'm hoping to come up with a template for next month, because I'm thinking that, and Tori, I know you're on the phone, but I wanted to talk to you about this because I know this is something, but to talk about for new consultants, to be giving them, to get started, a actual template that they can just sort of go and run with. I think, again, as we're getting ready with our explosion of new consultants that is going to happen, that we're going to want, I think, that's where I'm seeing a lot of these big organizations are doing, is that they're giving new consultants a template and saying, here's what to post, here's what to go and run your first party, and actually giving them the post too. And then from there, they can change them, once they get comfortable and stuff, actually giving them the template. That's what a lot of these big organizations are doing. I think we need to be ready for that, and that'll help them get going. So one of the other things too, that if you're just getting into the virtual parties, and Terry and I were talking about this earlier as well, is that finding that a lot of really these superstar rock stars with virtual parties are not changing their outlines crazy every month. They'll change product posts and maybe a couple recipes and a couple games, but the basis shell is there. So it really is worth coming up with a good outline for yourself, or a good template of those, and then just sort of filling in, switching out a couple things here and there as well. So that's another good tip for that, because we want to make this as easy as possible, not only on ourselves so that we can do a bulk of it, but the posting part, we don't want it to be the hard part. The hard or not hard, but time consuming. We want to be putting our efforts into creating those relationships and getting that residual party. And yes, making it duplicatable so people could look at it and go, oh my gosh, I could totally do this. I can't believe that lady's making, she's sitting in her pajamas under a blanket with a dog, and she's making hundreds of dollars. Like, how does that even happen? So that's what I want to do. Okay, so do you want me to, if you have, let's talk a little bit. Any questions, comments? If you've got something, go ahead and unmute yourself. If anybody has a question, or if you have a comment, Christina, will you share, because I know that you talked with my friend Yvonne too, right? And so what were I saw quickly what you said, but what were some of the things that Yvonne said differently, or what we were talking about?
She said a lot of the same things.
Okay.
One of the things she said, and it was a little comment I put there, but in case somebody didn't see it, she said when you have your host add guests, do them in smaller batches, because then Facebook's not going to block you. Facebook, if you send out like a big mass 50 people invite, or 100 and so people invite, Facebook's thinking you're spamming people and it's going to block you. So do it in smaller chunks, like 20, 25 people, And when you see 4 or 5 people click going, add another batch. And I'm personally holding a party for a friend. She does a Twisted Spur boutique, and I'm hosting a party, and that's how I added my guests. And I'm up to like 20 guests. Whereas last week I had a virtual party where she added like 500 people, and I don't know how many. I know there was not 20 people in the party. So
here, let me ask you this. So I'm telling them that I want the guests to come in and click and say, I'm going. But that's not what Yvonne's doing. Yvonne's saying, go into the group and add 20
Yvonne's
at a time.
She's using events, not groups.
Oh, okay. Okay. So she's,
and she
okay.
said 20, 25 at a time.
Okay. So she's inviting them that way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that she did differently. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, because I watched a video that Terry showed me or shared with me of Yvonne's, and then I talked to her, and then this morning I did the PCU host coaching stuff. So I'm like on overload of ideas, and it's I like your outline, because then I think that'll give me a shell to work with, and I like that.
Well, again, I think the host coaching part of it is like key part of it, and that's where I was dropping the ball a lot of times with my hosts. I know in the past, but if I have a day by day thing of this is what my task is to do each day, to give them a task, then that helps me with my system. Again, I know from being around for a long time that I can look at other people's systems and be like, that does not even speak to me. I have no idea what to do with that. So I get that, and you may need to tweak it and make it your own too. But it's sort of.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's good. Who else? Anybody else have a question?
Well, I do want to make a comment. Something I learned at the Vegas retreat when I sadly wasn't able to be in Maine for your amazing director retreat. I apologize. But the good news is we diversified and found out new things. Is when you do the word in your welcome video, rock crock, turn off the commenting in your post, because what happens is somebody didn't listen that they needed to private message you, and they type rock crock and rock crock and rock crock, and so then you've got the 5th person who never even watched the video, and they go, hey, I know the word rock crock, and then they just post it. So you know the little down arrow where we can edit and delete and different things? There's a way to turn off commenting. And actually, I've done that even on our team page, where I've wanted people to private message me a response, and you can turn that off. And I only know that in groups, because that's what I've used. But I love that feature that they're not giving the spoiler answer.
That's good. That's good. Ellen, I do, and I think Cammie had said that too, about 8 to 10.
What was the question?
How many posts a day?
Oh.
Yeah.
One other thing that, Anna, we just heard on one of our trainings about consultants having a successful, strong business is from the start, they are asking their virtual consultants to do 4 virtual parties a week. And I just thought, you know what? After watching this, listening to you earlier today and doing this again, 4 doesn't scare me. How awesome would that be, you guys, if we had 4 a week?
I don't think that message did not say 4 a week. The one you sent me?
No, yesterday's call.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought it was that other thing you had sent me. She was just saying 4, the launch plus 4 more parties in the next 4 weeks. But yeah. Well, I don't think it would scare you. I would think maybe that, I would want new consultants to get a couple under their belt and being used to creating that relationship and that kind of thing first, maybe a little bit more one-on-one. But I think, again, that's the beautiful thing with virtuals, that we can run them side by side, but I can run 9 at the same time. and sort of, tweak each one of them. One of the things too, to keep yourself out of Facebook jail, that if you're doing them all at the same time, is to throw in their link, their show link. So even though I'm going to post the same picture and the same thing into each party about at the same time, I'm going to make sure that it's a different post because it's going to have the link, their party link in each one of those.
Do you put the party link in every post?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, one question I did have, you know how when we're talking about changing the host email, because sometimes the Pampered Chef says we have too many characters. Is there a way to save that little thing so we don't have to keep copying and pasting or retyping?
I know what you mean.
The edited email.
Well, I'm just copy and pasting it out of my Evernote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I have it in the Evernote, so I can copy and paste it in there.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. All right, any others? Was this helpful?
Amazing.
Some of you are already doing it. You're always like, yeah, I'm already doing all that. I get like 45 bookings every party anyway, so.
Well, let me tell you guys, here's what is inspiring to me. Anna said she's been around 19. She's only like a month younger than me, and I'm hitting 18 this month, so she's not been 18.
Oh, it is only 18. I keep saying 19. Oh my
18
God.
18 years this year. Anna's a year younger than me. But you know what's inspiring to me, and I just want to open like a different thought process for you guys, is what I see is this is extremely duplicatable. So what I do is, like last month, my sales were over 14,000, but I was out lots and lots of nights, and I'm driving and I'm doing dishes and I'm doing all this stuff. And that's not duplicatable for a parent who's working and has kids going every which way. And because I know Chris is on my team. And so what I'm thinking is this is a whole nother avenue to help supplement incomes in a very duplicatable way. And for someone who is scared out of their mind to do virtual parties for some reason, I have mental block, I see light at this tunnel. So if someone who has been in this 18 years, struggle to see how virtual parties can be amazing, you guys, this should take your team's recruiting to the next level. If you're wanting to grow your team, this is an awesome avenue.
Well, and I think what's happened is that, again, and Carol, I know you have something too, but again, a lot of these consultants, Terry, this is what they do is virtual. Like they've done virtual from the beginning. This is, and they rock it. The thing is that this whole part of the bookings and the recruiting, getting that additional, that's where I think we're lacking, is that's really where I would hope you take from the system, those things in there to be able to move it and again, to get continual business. I know you're just, about.
But I'm saying from a recruiting standpoint.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like when you guys are doing your parties, think about this. If you guys are doing it that seamlessly, think about other people who need some seamless income in their life. Mm-hmm. So you guys, I don't know, I'm just jumping up and down, peeing my pants excited over here.
Oh my God. What do you have, Carol?
I just wanted to say, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, over from the week of February 8th through the 15th, I had 7 virtual parties, and the most I've ever done at one time is 3. So for me, it was huge.
Yeah.
Most of those people that I dated or booked came from that post that you put out about the stoneware. Which stoneware would you choose?
Yeah.
And when I booked them, I just said, hey, I'm doing a Valentine's theme, and it's going to start Friday the 8th. You want to be in on it? And so, yes, they did. And I just wanted to share with you just some things that happened from those 7 parties. I only had one that did not qualify, which, wow.
Yeah.
I had over $2,300 in sales from them. One recruit, and I gave her her party. So it was her grand opening party. And so she's earning the commission. And I dated 5 that I actually have dates, and I have others that I have to get back to. But for me, I mean, my January and February have been slow as far as cooking parties. So for me, this was a huge thing to have those extra sales bookings and a recruit. And this other gal, and that's what I'm trying, like I told people, the thing about virtual parties that's so cool is that it doesn't limit you to your own back door. Because there's a gal that dated from one of these parties. A friend added her to the party. She didn't even know the host, and she's in Louisiana, and she's talking to me about becoming a consultant.
Yeah, and amazing.
So it's just really, I mean, I can see why people that are doing virtual, their business is growing crazy. So
Yeah. It's exciting. But again, it's all about doing and creating that relationship. And I think just by getting these words and figuring out, what, and again, having the system, that's going to be what's key, is having that down. So good. That's exciting too.
I think too, like when you do your little videos, I think it's important not to be too worried about what you look like or sound like. Have fun with it and show the people some of your personality, because nobody wants to see somebody that's like a newscaster, just.
Okay, so are you trying to tell me that if I went on and did my video looking like this, with all this going on, without some makeup, that would be okay?
I think it'd be fine.
Hey, as long as I have a bra on, I'm okay, right? Let's clarify.
It makes you relatable and real.
Right.
Okay, this is the reason why I wouldn't do videos, because I'm like looking in there going, oh, it's like a constant mirror. Does anybody else feel that way?
Yeah. I feel that way, but I don't care.
Well, if I sit back far enough, they can't see it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead. And Casey, did you have anything? No? Okay, good. All right. I will, so it's 8:00. So what I'm going to do is, thank you guys for doing this. I will post all over the place that Evernote. You have that you share with Chris, don't you? Yeah. But then I'll post it in the Moving On Up page, as well as on the Veerling organization. Do you guys have that Evernote? I also need to get you those other words and stuff as well. So I'll make sure that you guys have all of that with all the stickers and the links and everything. But a big part of it, I'll give you that so you guys can get going and get running with it. Because I know we've all got parties. We all need sales here for the end of the month. So use all of this stuff for those shows that are set up now and get it going. Okay? Yay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you guys soon.